It will happen, XRP purchasers. The U.S. Federal Reserve has officially sanctioned XRP. For the cryptocurrency, this is a major development. Years of speculation, debate, and litigation have culminated in XRP readiness to play a significant role in the global financial system. When the Federal Reserve gives its stamp of approval, it's more than just confirmation of truth. An enormous leap forward has propelled XRPs to the ranks of the most prominent and widely used cryptocurrencies globally. Everyone in the cryptocurrency industry, not just XRP holders, should be very excited about this. Why? The recent announcement that the Federal Reserve will be backing XRP has transformed its perception as a legitimate financial instrument, potentially altering its standing in the market. After receiving Fed approval, XRP is no longer considered a speculative product. It is gradually blending into the fabric of monetary operations. If consumers start to view XRP in a different light, its value could skyrocket to unprecedented levels. What does this portend for XRP trajectory going forward? Is it possible for XRP to hit $10,000? Despite initial skepticism, this wild proposal now has the backing of the Federal Reserve. Today, XRP is considered by investors to be a serious competitor in the international financial market. The price could skyrocket if an increasing number of banks and enterprises begin utilizing it for international money transfers and payments. If XRP is able to maintain its current rate of growth and attract more institutional investors, its value might eventually reach $10,000 per coin on the market. With the Federal Reserve support, everyone is wondering how much higher XRP can go. The Federal Reserve's formal acceptance of XRP is merely the beginning. A great deal of excitement is on the horizon in the market. The important thing to consider is how this clearance will impact the market and XRP value going forward. An important indicator that XRP is becoming more than simply a niche coin is the Federal Reserve's backing for it. Now it's an actual component of financial systems around the globe. Because of this, XRP will have greater credibility with governments, banks, and investors. More people are likely to utilize something when one of the world's most influential financial organizations gives its stamp of approval. There has been an uptick in the likelihood that governments, banks, and other financial organizations will integrate XRP. This is particularly the case when it comes to international payments and transactions, which have long been XRP's most valuable applications. More institutional adoption of XRP might lead to a surge in demand for the cryptocurrency, driving up its price. With this green light, XRP can now integrate with conventional monetary systems with less friction. This streamlines the adoption and use of the currency by both individuals and businesses. However, how does this impact the value of XRP? Everything points to a fantastic future. The official clearance from the Fed has set the stage for experts to predict a significant price increase. Every XRP may be worth $5 and $10 or $20. Excuse me, what's happening? The more businesses that adopt XRP, the more its value will increase. This is due to the fact that both its demand and the amount of accessible cash will increase. XRP market share would skyrocket if it were to replace other payment methods as the de facto norm for international money transfers. More and more industry insiders are pessimistic about the feasibility of $10,000 per XRP. This is due to the fact that XRP might experience similar growth to that of Bitcoin and Ethereum if the Fed decides to back it. Now that XRP has this level of public backing, it can experience exponential growth. What happens next should be closely monitored by investors. Now is the best moment to witness Key's potential for greatness, potentially becoming a worldwide banking powerhouse with the support of the Federal Reserve. Because of the U, does the market volatility in the near term warrant your apprehension? Or should you be optimistic about XRP future? Those who intend to stay for the long haul can start getting thrilled right now. A significant event in XRP history that could cause massive growth is the Federal Reserve's endorsement. With XRP widespread acceptance and usage for international payments, the future seems bright. Even if the market experiences short-term fluctuations, long-term buyers will benefit from this permission because it solidifies XRP position in the global financial system. Sell your XRP now if you have any sitting around. A positive development for XRP is the increasing adoption of cryptocurrencies by institutions in the coming days and weeks, because to the widespread anticipation of the Fed's approval, short-term buyers may witness significant price fluctuations. If you're the type of person who gets rich off of price fluctuations, you might want to consider buying on the downturn or cashing out now. You should expect XRP to be volatile as the market reacts to the news. You might be able to profit from XRP further ascent, though, if you keep an eye on the trend. Importantly, XRP future worth is not dependent on claims alone anymore. Now that XRP is the backing of the Fed and is being used by institutions, it has more legitimacy and stability than it ever had before. If you're planning to stay for the long run, holding on to XRP seems like a smart move. If you're an investor with a shorter time horizon, you might benefit from monitoring the market sentiment and XRP price movements to make informed decisions. The path to $5 and maybe $20 for XRP is more probable than ever before, thanks to the Federal Reserve's OK. However, you should monitor the state of the economy if you wish to know the true future. The future of XRP becomes more promising as it moves closer to being utilized in everyday monetary transactions. This is only the beginning. Get ready for this transformation right now, since you have the possibility to make a huge return. In the near future, XRP will undoubtedly undergo a significant transformation. With the green light from the Fed, this coin can rise to any height it desires. It is still unclear what will happen to XRP next and how buyers can ensure their success in the future. We should start by discussing the implications of this decision on XRP value. Major investors and international banks are keeping a careful eye on XRP now that the Fed has formally supported it. The demand for XRP could continue to climb as more banks and businesses consider using it as a payment mechanism. The more individuals and companies who adopt XRP, the more valuable it will get. With this, it will go closer to the lofty price targets of $5, $10, and beyond. One of the best digital assets with plenty of space to expand is XRP, which is used for worldwide banking, money transfers, and international payments. The law of supply and demand dictates that the price of XRP will rise as more and more institutional investors pour money into the cryptocurrency. Both XRP adoption rate and the clarity of regulations are susceptible to changes in the regulatory landscape. This Federal Reserve permission is a strong indication that regulations are continuing to alter in favor of XRP, even though the SEC case is still ongoing. With the release of more details, XRP market potential might skyrocket, attracting a flood of purchasers and pushing the price even higher. Investors must be vigilant and make prudent decisions at this critical juncture. Readers interested in XRP or who have already acquired some should keep a close eye on the news. Important news on how financial companies are using XRP, new partnerships, and any new rules.